Today on the Luke Loses podcast, Fat Free with JC, I speak to JC Danies. At his heaviest, he was 430 pounds, and he is currently down 220 pounds. He's been featured in Men's Health and bodybuilding.com. I hope you enjoy it. What's up, losers? I am Luke, and this is Luke Loses. Here at the Luke Loses podcast, being a loser, that is a good thing. Because we're losing the weight, we're losing the unhealthy lifestyle, and we're losing that negative image we have for ourselves. Please remember that I have no fitness or nutrition education. Everything I talk about is from asking questions, searching the internet, and my own personal experiences. If you could, check out my website. It is www.lukelosespodcast.com. That's got my social media links, as well as other places you can listen to this podcast, and you can listen right off the website. Also, it has a message feature where you can send me a message from there, or you can call the loser line. That is 323-920-LUKE or 5853. Hit me up there, send me tips, topic ideas, concerns, whatever's on your mind, and I will try to address it on a future episode. If you could, go over to Apple Podcast and leave me a rating and a review. Send me a screenshot of that, and I will send you a Luke Loses podcast sticker. Also, if you or somebody you know would make a great guest for the show, please hit me up or have them hit me up. I would love to talk to you guys about possibly getting you on as a guest. And with that being said, let's just jump right into today's episode. What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to the Luke Loses podcast. If you are new, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. If you missed last week's episode, it was called Being Vulnerable with Joe Boland. Joe and I had an awesome conversation about being vulnerable. I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't heard it, go check that out. So this week's guest, I'm really excited about. I have been watching him on Instagram for a while, and I finally just said, you know what? I'm going to hit him up and see if he would come on. And I told him what my show was about, and immediately he was like, I want to do it. On JC's Instagram, it says, obesity tried to kill me. Now I'm trying to kill obesity. And you can hear in his voice that that's what he really wants to do. Also, listen as he talks. He is so excited about what he's done with his life and how he's turned it around. So with that being said, here we go. All right. So today I am joined by JC Danies. Is that how I say it?
Oh, it is.
All right. On Instagram, he is Fat Free JC. He is down 220 pounds from 430 pounds, which he's killing it. He's been featured in Men's Health and bodybuilding.com. He's got an awesome story. JC, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
All right. Well, thank you guys for having me on the show, first of all. My name is JC. Like Luke said, on Instagram, I'm known as fatfree.jc. I was an obese child, an obese teenager, an obese young adult, an obese adult. So pretty much my whole life. And I've managed to fight obesity, and now I'm here, trying to spread the word and trying to change obesity in general for everybody. I know it's a big thing. It's a big mission. It sounds like it's impossible, but if the way I see it is, if I was able to do it, as long as I motivate other people and they do exactly what I did, there's no reason why anybody else can't do it.
Can you tell me a little bit about your story, what you've done to get where you are right now? Yeah.
So basically, so my story started back in February 2019. My right leg was getting purple. And I noticed I was in Atlanta. My son was probably 2 or 3 years old at the time. And I started walking. We were in the park and started walking, and I felt pain in my lower back, and it would go down my leg. And then it got to a point where I couldn't walk. And I freaked out. I started noticing that I would touch my leg in certain areas and all I would do is just like a little tap, and it would burn. So it happened to be that same week, I want to say within a couple of days, I'm in a group chat for people who were in high school with me, and I hear that 2 guys had passed away of a heart attack. These guys were always fit, not fit, but they weren't obese.
Right.
And they both had heart attacks. And I thought, oh my God, like if these guys already had a heart attack, well, I'm going to die in 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wasn't, I didn't feel good. I was really scared. And I told my wife, I'm like, babe, I'm going to go check myself out just for peace of mind, because I wasn't sleeping. I just kept on thinking, well, what the hell would happen to have a 2-year-old? What would have happened if my wife, my kid, if I died? So, and it's not to sound dramatic, but it's the truth. So I went to the cardiologist. He checks me out, and he's like, look, luckily, right now, you're fine. We caught this on time, but if you keep up at the rate you're going, you're not going to last another 2 years. You know what I mean? So it's not that I had 2 more years to live. He goes, that would be max.
Yeah.
So this could be at any moment, because you barely have any blood flow on your right leg. And then I have veins that I'm actually going to show you so you have a visual. But do you see these veins here?
Yeah.
That is all because of the weight. My vein got very fat. And if I get hit there, that's just bursts and it starts bleeding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so whatever, bottom line, he tells me, he's very straightforward, and he's like, listen, honestly, do you have a kid? I said, yes, I do. He goes, how old is he? At the time he was like 2 or 3. He's like, okay, well, I'm going to be honest with you, man. You messed up your life. Do me a favor. Don't mess up your kid's life. Because if you die, he's not going to have his dad. Brother, I started crying. I started bawling. I left. He's like, I can give you 2 years, and if you believe in God, I'll probably give you 3. But I doubt that God's even going to give you 3. So I left there crying, and he's like, this is my personal cell phone number. I need your wife to call me, because this is a serious problem. She's not going to have you for a very long time if you don't make a change. So he gave us his cell phone number.
Wow.
She calls him at 6 o'clock. Mind you, no doctor does this. This guy, I love him for that. I call him, he's my God on earth. And he tells my wife, you need to do something about it or he's dead. And everything, changed from there. I just started to walk whatever I could, because I couldn't walk. I couldn't tie my shoes. I'd shower every other day, because just to shower was a pain in the ass. And my life was from the bed to the dinner table, to the sofa, to the dinner table, to the bed. I didn't do anything else. I wouldn't talk to family. I would turn down clients. And I own my own real estate company, and I was selling high-end real estate, which means if I sell a $1 million condo, I'm making $30,000. And I would tell people, hey, I would make up an excuse for clients who wanted to see a $1.1 million condo where I can make $35,000, and I'd make an excuse not to see them. So that's when you know that it took a toll in my mind.
Yeah.
It had already obesity had already taken over pretty much my life, mentally, emotionally, physically, in every sense. So from there, I said, forget it. I'm going to start walking. So I thought, okay, let's walk. I couldn't walk at the time. So I pushed the stroller, take a couple steps, stop the stroller, lean on one of the cars, get back up, take a couple steps, lean on another car. And I just did that. And I would just walk around the neighborhood. I didn't worry about going to the gym. I didn't worry about if it was keto, if it was this, if it was that. I didn't overanalyze Google. I didn't get a personal trainer. I just went old school. And I said, let me eat less and let me walk more. Yeah. That's it. So that's one thing that I can tell everybody. If you just want to start, if you just need to start, just do anything. Walk, ride a bike, crawl, if you're at a point where you're weighing 600 pounds and all you can do is wiggle your head left and right, and that's going to make you sweat, then wiggle your head left and right 100 times, you're going to sweat. You know what I mean? That's what I would do. And then I thought, okay, obviously food is a problem for me. That is my drug. What can I do to fix it? So I thought, okay, if I do a keto diet, that's not going to work because that's not sustainable. I didn't want to carry protein shakes. I didn't want to carry a bunch of supplements. So I thought, okay, which is the most realistic lifestyle that I can maintain? And I figured maybe a paleo diet would be the more realistic. I can have carbohydrates, certain carbohydrates. I can have all the protein I wanted. I can have all the veggies I wanted. You're eating your eggs, you're eating everything, and you're not, you know what I mean? I don't have to carry with jugs of protein or anything like that. So I said, I'm going to go that route. So that's all I did, brother. I just ate natural. I started eating 3 times a day like a normal person. I didn't want to do the 6 meals a day. I wanted to live a normal life. And I had my breakfast, my lunch, and my dinner. And I would just walk. And then as I felt that I got more hungry, I would add an extra meal. I'd have a snack. I'd have some almonds. I'd have some almond butter. Or I'd have some hard-boiled eggs. Or I'd carry an extra, if we did dinner, I'd make an extra piece of chicken, and that would be my 4th meal of the day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was something that was sustainable because you have to have breakfast, you have to have lunch, and you have to have dinner. So I could just grab a pack of almonds, I could grab a hard-boiled egg, and life goes on.
Yeah, good to go.
So that's what I did. I did that for about on my own for about almost 11 months. I dropped over 100 and something pounds. This was with no trainer, nothing. Once I did that, I went to this, I don't know if you have it where you're from. It's a franchise called 9 Round. Okay, so it's a 30-minute kickboxing system. It's a circuit training. And they use kickboxing as a form of sweating. They don't really teach you how to fight. So it's basically you have 9 rounds and you last 3 minutes in each round. There's no time class. There's a trainer included. You walk in at whatever time you want. You don't have to pay the trainer, and you pay like $80, $90 a month. So I thought, hey, that's better. That's everything in one. I'm out in 30 minutes and I continue my life. So I looked for options that were achievable. I got something close to my house. I got something that included the trainer, something that I can afford. Again, I'm saying these things because whoever's listening to this podcast, those are the things you want to do. You want to do things that you know that you're going to maintain. Because I'm going to be as real with you guys. It is hard to go from being obese to all of a sudden being fit. The challenges that you go through, the parties, the people, your friends, your family, the food, everything that gets thrown in front of you, it's a hard journey. And it's going to feel like an impossible journey. But it's not impossible, and that's what I'm trying to prove. You know what I mean? And I'm taking it from one end to the other. Like I'm going from I'm almost dying to a world champion in transformation. Like I want to go to both extremes to prove it that there's no excuse. And I did it during COVID. So no one can say the COVID excuse either. I'm trying to prove this. It's not to show off. It's just to motivate that person who is at home crying themselves to sleep how I used to do it. You get what I'm saying? There is hope in life. Because if you're weighing 500 pounds, you think, okay, if I lose 100 pounds, I still weigh 400. If I lose 200 pounds, I still weigh 300. If I lose 300 pounds, I still weigh 200. So you're going to think it's impossible, but it's not impossible. So that's basically what I did. I started doing that. And one day I was eating clean all the time. And I thought, man, I want to have my snack. I want to have a dessert. I want to have something good. Like, how do bodybuilders or all these fitness people keep themselves fit? How do they do it and enjoy their life? Like, it's impossible that they're going to live off with chicken and broccoli all the time. It's impossible. So I went into Google. I went to YouTube. And in YouTube, I see there's a bunch of recipes. That's a lifesaver for people. People don't realize that. There's so many things on YouTube. And I learned how to make protein ice cream. I learned how to make protein popsicles, protein cakes. Again, is it a Haagen-Dazs ice cream? No, it's not. But it's good enough for you to have your fixing. with your fat-free whipped cream on top. You can put your PB2. Do you know what PB2 is?
Yeah.
Put your PB2 on top. My man, you're having a dessert. And that can be your last meal of the day at nighttime before you go to bed. It's not going to do anything to you because it's like drinking a protein shake.
Yeah, and it hits that craving.
Oh, my God, it's amazing. And then just make yourself a big-ass bucket of one of those things and you're good to go.
Yeah.
You know? And it fills up that fat boy craving that you have. Because let's be real, no matter how thin you get, your mind will always be like that fat boy. You know, I haven't changed. My body changed, but my mind is still stuck from before. And now is when I'm learning to say, okay, wow, you know what? No, it's not worth having that. I know what this does to my body. Now let me do this instead. But it took me all this time to learn it. So again, these are tips that I'm just telling you guys so you guys can know and not feel that, you know, that you're alone and that whatever you feel, you're the only ones that are feeling it. No, I felt it too. Let's see. That's basically what I did as far as the desserts. I did the protein pancakes. Those protein pancakes saved my life. They're amazing. They're delicious. So if you guys learn how to do those little hacks, you guys are going to succeed. You're going to get to where you need to be. You know, just don't give up and keep on going. But one day you're going to wake up and you're just going to look at yourself. You're going to be like, oh my God. Like sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, holy crap, I have 4 abs out. You know what I mean? Like, are you kidding me? So it's doable and life isn't over. It's totally doable. Let's see what else. So after I did the whole 9-round thing, my body started getting into shape. And when I was actually looking at the YouTube videos, I see on the side of YouTube that they have like extra videos.
Yeah.
So I see that there's this guy that says, in 2 years, I went from obese to a WBFF bodybuilder. So I'm like, okay, what's WBFF? I've never heard about it. And I see the video. This guy was maybe, I want to say about 300 pounds. And this guy went to the stage ripped. But when I tell you ripped, like amazing. And it took him 2 years. And I said, holy crap, I want to do this. So I told the owner of 9-Run, I said, hey, do you train for these things? He's like, I didn't even know they existed. He's like, I can train you like a bodybuilder, but, you know, I'll take you as much as I can, but I can't control any loose skin that you have because, you know, you came from 400 and something pounds. You're going to have loose skin. I said, it doesn't matter. We'll work it out hard. So we did it. And I went to Atlanta in 2020, actually towards the end of the COVID times or whatever, when things started opening up again. We went to Atlanta and they have a transformation division. And it's all people who were either obese or were very skinny that got muscular, or maybe they had cancer, beat cancer and got into great shape. It's people who had some sort of struggle and fixed it. And so I went on stage with a few amazing athletes. I lost more than every other one there. I'm not going to take away credit from what they did because they did amazing. There was a guy who lost 185 pounds. I had lost 210. Still, who loses 185? It's amazing. It's just, you know, I had lost more, so mine looked more impacting. But if I wasn't there, he still lost 185 pounds, you know? And this guy, he totally killed it. And he looked amazing. There was a girl who used to be very obese. She lost 125 pounds. She looks like a freaking fitness model right now. She actually lives in Puerto Rico. And, you know, it was just amazing. It was an amazing experience. You know, you walk out, they put your before picture in the back. You walk out and then you hear everybody in the crowd like, oh my God. Because everybody, think about it. You put a 431 pound guy here come with abs out. I even had loose skin and people are like, what? Like freaking out. My wife was like, there's people here that were cheering for you that I have no idea who they were.
That's awesome.
So that goes to show that there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us who have that problem. A lot of people can relate to us,
right?
You know? And so, yeah, I did that show. It went very well. I qualified to go to the World Championships. And then the following month, there was a show in Miami. And in Miami, I got even leaner. And I went on stage And that one, I know that the girl that had lost second most, she had lost 70 pounds. I had lost 200 and something. I was, even one of the judges stood up and was like applauding. He was like, oh, like freaking out. So that's when I realized, you know what, I did something special. For a judge to stand up, they don't do that. And everybody's like, you need to go on YouTube. You need to show people your stuff. You need to motivate people. And that's where it all started, man. I opened up the Instagram. I opened up the YouTube. I put workouts for free. I opened up a foundation. It's called Fat Free Foundation. I'm the president of the foundation, and my partner is Jon Andersen, which is the strongest man guy that I told you about. And we are on a mission, man. We're trying to kill obesity. And our slogan, my slogan is obesity tried to kill me. Now it's my turn to kill obesity. So that's it, man. We get on our lives every Tuesday, and we do recipes, we talk, we give support, free support for everyone that needs it and that wants it. And then if you want any workout and you can't afford a trainer, I literally recorded myself doing about 60, 70 different exercises, and I put it with the description on my YouTube.
That's awesome.
What else? What else can I tell you? I mean, and that's it. I try to do things locally. You know, I was thinking of doing like online Zoom classes where everyone who follows me, maybe we can all do cardio together.
Right.
Just to motivate people. You know what I mean? For free. It's not about the money. This is about killing obesity here. You know, and that has opened, just doing that has opened up so many doors. Bodybuilding.com, Men's Health. I mean, I've gotten sponsors. So many things have come out of this. And it's like, it's changed my life, and I'm really hoping to change people's lives, because a lot of people need it, man. I get calls from people who try to kill themselves, who their children tried to kill themselves. And it's, you know, it's a big problem, man. It's a big problem.
People that aren't morbidly obese or obese don't necessarily get some of that stuff. Like we talked about before we started recording, the people that were bullied back in high school and all that, like that's hard. And for like my wife, I talk about my wife a lot. She's not big. She was in the military. She's always been normal size. I say normal, very, you know,
right.
open, but she's never been overweight. And when I first started trying to lose weight years ago, she brought that up. She's like, just eat less and move more. But it's a mind thing. Like you've killed it, man. I'm sitting here with my jaw dropped, just listening to your story. I love it, man. It's
I hope I'm not rambling too much.
Oh no, it's great.
I don't know.
It's like you said with your partner when he's talking, I'm doing the same thing right now, just taking it in and enjoying what you're saying.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a wild ride. There's a few things, I'm not going to say it yet until it's concrete, but it's these things I'm going to, and I mean this in a very humble way. It's higher levels where I know that the foundation and our team is going to go to. We're going to go to other levels, and we're definitely going to be able to help people. Like my goal is to do a system that is a sustainable system for someone who can start from that can barely walk. I don't want to sound mean. I do care about everyone, but my idea is not for the guy who wants to try to drop 10 pounds. I want to help the teenage boy that's never had a girlfriend because he's chubby.
Yeah.
I want to help the guy who's 50 years old because he's alone and wants to get married. He feels lonely. It breaks my heart when I go to a restaurant, when I go to the movie theaters and I see a heavy guy or a heavy girl and they're by themselves. I've cried. I tell my wife. She knows it. She sees it.
Yeah.
It breaks my heart. So you know what? That is my goal. I want to get the person who can't walk to walk. Jon and I are creating a system where it's going to be sustainable. It's going to be enjoyable and doable for the person who doesn't like to do it. So that'll be coming out in the next couple of months. We're going to start picking 4 people. We want to help someone who had gastric surgery, a male and a female, and then I want to have a regular male and female that did not have any surgery, to prove that whatever system we're putting is a system where you avoid supplements, so you save all that money, eat clean, and that if you could stop at a 7-Eleven, you resolve whatever issue you have.
Yeah.
That if you go to anywhere you're at, you can still resolve whatever you need to resolve, because that's what life is. Life throws curveballs at you. And the thing is, what the hell am I going to do? Because let's be real, you're not going to carry your meals for an entire day. You're not going to do it. So if we can fix that problem, everyone's going to be happy. And we're going to be able to put a big dent on this whole obesity issue. So that's our goal, man.
I am going to tell you though, your shoulders, man, are so distracting. Like you are cut. Like you look great, dude.
Thanks, bro. Lately, I've gotten a lot of people are like, hey, you're looking this, but just recently, like my body has done changes where I'm like, but it's the diet, man. It's the diet. It's the, like, even like I'm sitting down and you can see my abs.
That's great.
It's insane. It's insane. I love it. I'm happy.
Yeah, dude.
But it's a lot of hard work, bro. Though I know it looks great, but there's a lot of suffering on this end. A lot. So,
speaking of diet and all that, do you still use chopsticks? I saw in one of your interviews or your documentary that you did, your dietitian mentioned chopsticks.
Yeah. So no, I'm done with the chopsticks. That was a beginning thing, because what happened is I had a lot of anxiety, and when you eat with chopsticks, since I really didn't know how to use them, at least it slows down the process, and it gives your mind the time to realize, hey, I'm full. You know what I mean? But I thought it was a genius move.
Yeah.
She said. It was amazing. And I preach it to everyone, and people laugh, but I'm telling you, it works. It works. But no, now I still eat with a little anxiety. I'm not going to lie, especially when my coach gives me that cheat meal or that cheat day or whatever it is. Since I know that I'm not going to have it, I eat it with a lot of craziness, like a crack addict. But, I know that once I'm done with the show and I start eating more realistic, you know what I mean? I won't eat it with so much anxiety, because I know that I can have it the following day, or I can have it on the weekend, or whatever it is.
Right.
But bottom line, no, I'm not using the chopsticks anymore. But yes, it helped me do it. A lot of changes with regards to the anxiety. There's a lot of little tricks that I do that I can share with you guys and you and your family, and that will help, man. Because I literally took advantage of COVID, and I tried every protein powder. I tried every brand. I did everything to say, okay, how can I make this sustainable? How can I do this? How can it happen? And I learned a lot of things that I can share with you whenever you have time. I'll be more than happy to share with you, and maybe even do a video that you can put on your page or whatever, with different things. I just actually bought a machine from Ninja. It's called the Creamy. It's a brand new machine. My wife bought it for me, and it pretty much turns any liquid into ice cream. So I'm hoping to learn how to make perfect ice cream with egg whites, no protein powder, just egg whites, PB2, sugar-free syrup, and make a nice before bed ice cream that I can have every single day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's that called?
It's called Creamy. Cream and then I.
I'm writing that down.
Hell yeah.
I love ice cream.
Oh man. So I'm trying to I'll see. We're actually gonna do a little, not a date night, but I told her, hey, let's do something fun today. Let's make ice cream. So it'll be me, my son, and her, and we'll use the machine, and I'll be the scientist, and once I perfect it, I'll pass you over the the link so you could share with your people.
Awesome. Now, did you have any issues with food, like other than the anxiety? Did you binge eat or any of that?
Yeah, I did. Well, but I binged eat because of the anxiety. My main problem was the nighttime meals. I was always fine when I woke up. I was good in the afternoon. Like 99% of people who are obese. Our problem is once that Papa John's commercial comes in at 9:30 at night, you want to tear it apart, you know? Or you have your salad or your broccoli and chicken at 7, at 10:30, you're dying.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So what I would do is I'd be so strict during the day that when it would be 10, 11, 12, 1, 4 in the morning, and I'd wake up and I'd down half the pantry.
Right.
You know? And I wouldn't throw it up. So all the calories would stay in, and then I'd go straight to bed.
I recently started the fasting, and I jumped right into 20 hours. So it's 20 hours fasting, 4 hours eating. And I'm going to quit it because I'm going to cut it back to see. But one of my issues is I'm a binge eater and overeater. My 20-hour hits and I eat 1,200 calories in 15 minutes. And I just, I can't stop. And I go for it. And my wife and I actually had this conversation yesterday. My main goal when I started trying to lose weight was I just want a healthy relationship with food. I want to be able to, I say it normal with quotes, I want to eat like a normal person. Go out, have 2 slices of pizza, maybe 2 breadsticks and a soda, not a whole box of pizza, box of breadsticks and a 2-liter.
Excellent.
And, like she had mentioned that it's still affecting my relationship with food, even if I'm doing the fasting. So
it doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't fix it. I'm going to give you some advice. Okay. I'm not saying that fasting is not good or bad. Okay. Anything that you want to do is going to work as long as you stick to it. Let's be real. That's the reality of it. Okay. But like I tell everyone, I have so many people that write to me, what did you do? What do I do? Please help me. You have 2 options. If you like to eat a lot, the cleaner you eat, the more food you'll be able to eat. If you don't have the discipline to eat clean, then you're going to have to cut your calories. Okay? So I would suggest with you to start, okay? So you don't feel a drastic change. Eat what you normally eat right now. Just simply cut it in half. So if for breakfast you want to have your pancakes, your toast, your hash browns, your buffet, whatever it is, whatever mountain of food you normally serve it, and then tell your wife, babe, do me a favor, scoop half of it out. Just by you doing that, doesn't matter what you eat, you're going in a caloric deficit. You're going to drop weight. This is the most basic, most simple way that I can tell you where you're not changing your lifestyle. You're just simply changing the portions, but you can still eat everything you like, whether it's good or bad for you. Now, in the long run, we want to avoid those things, but we can't just go into that. That's why I'm saying, if you try that and you just walk every other day, walk around your neighborhood, don't even go to a gym, you're going to drop weight. And as you drop weight, you yourself are going to say, you know what, babe? Let me not get the pizza. Let's have this. Let me do cheat meals just on the weekend. Then it's going to change from only a cheat meal on a Sunday. And you by yourself, as you reduce your weight, you're going to change without even trying because you're going to be so motivated. So if that's something that I can tell you or anyone, start with that if you have no discipline to follow a diet. But if you're the type of person that I got to eat a big ass bowl of food and this and that, then you know what? Eat as much protein as you want, whatever protein it is. Who cares if salmon has more fat? Who cares if, steak has more fat? It doesn't matter. Just have your protein, have a bunch of veggies. Just get whatever you can get with your hand, whatever you grab, that's what you're eating of carbohydrates.
I like that.
And if you need to have the carbs, have it for breakfast and have it for lunch. Avoid it for dinner. If at dinner you are hungry, have an extra piece of chicken. Don't go crazy. Don't overanalyze it. So you either eat healthier, more of it, so you feel super full, or just eat your pizza, eat your burger, eat your fries, but eat half of it. I would start with that. And I guarantee you, whichever route you go, you're going to drop weight. But if you do the route that I'm telling you is the healthier one, you're going to drop even more. And you're eating more.
Yeah. So with me, I started at 422 pounds.
Wow.
And I lost 60 pounds right away.
That's amazing.
Up till February. And then it seems like I'm just stuck right now. And in February, I did make some changes to what I was doing, and I'm trying to go back to that, like go back to the changes a little bit that I switched up. I upped my calories because I don't know if you know any of my story. I've lost over 400 pounds in the past 7 years, but I gained it all back. I could never keep it off.
Right.
I've always said losing weight is easy, that it's super simple, but this time it's really difficult for me. So I can't really say that, but yeah, so I can lose the weight. I just can't keep it off. And I would restrict before. I was eating 1,200 calories, burning 1,700 calories, just not sustainable. So I've been trying to do it better this time. And I go to meetings on Zoom for Overeaters Anonymous. I don't know if you've heard of that. I absolutely love it. I feel like I have a better shot this time around than I have before because I'm learning, it's my head, it's my body, it's everything. It's not just eat less and move more. You got to have everything right or it's not going to work.
Exactly. Again, if you go back to what we've been talking about the whole time, it's how are we going to maintain this life? That's what I'm excited about once I do my show. That's what I'm excited to be with Jon, is because Jon will teach me, okay, now that you're done with the whole show thing, now that you have your abs, now that you have everything you want, how are you going to keep it without having to spend $600 in supplements a month, 3 memberships at a gym, carry your meals all over the world? It's not sustainable. So I'm looking forward to that change, that next step of my life, which is the maintenance part of my life, And that's where I hope to learn and teach that to everybody else, because that's where the magic happens. That's where the success of all this is going to be. I'm hoping that, once I learn good things and all that, I'll definitely be here to help you in whatever things you need. I'm here to help, man, because I know how it feels. But one thing I did want to tell you that you were saying is don't cut your calories how you're doing. Sometimes, like right now, I'm doing less cardio than I would always do before, and I'm getting leaner, even more leaner every day. It's not always how you think Google tells you or how you've always heard that it's supposed to be. There's so many different things. My number one advice is either do what I told you today, as far as just cut the heavy calories, cut the portions in half if you're going to be eating crap. Okay? This is if you're going to be eating pizza, Chinese food, things like that. Or do what I told you. Have a lot of protein, have a lot of veggies, put your spices, make it taste good. Put salt on your food. Salt is not your enemy. Salt is actually good for you. You need salt. So like I put salt on all my food. I don't drown it in salt, but I put salt on all my food. And I create my own dressings. I do dressings that are, mustard and they're delicious. And I'm able to survive. I enjoy my prep. I've enjoyed my diet, when usually everyone wants to shoot themselves when they're getting ready for a show. I would do that. Or the other option is, and again, no, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Find a coach. Find a coach to at least see your body and what's best for your body. Once you're told what you need to do, then just apply that. Because sometimes you're going to need professional help from someone who knows the body more than you.
That accountability.
The thing is, a lot of people say for accountability, but the reality is if you see that something's working, no one has to tell you anything. You're going to make the decision by yourself.
Yeah.
Which is what I told you about the foods. You right now, you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to cheat Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. But I guarantee you, when you've dropped 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, you're going to be like, babe, Friday, no, let's stay home. And then you're going to be like, we'll just cheat Saturday and Sunday. Then you're going to be like, babe, let's just cheat on Sunday. And then you're going to be like, let's just have one cheat meal on Sunday. And I know this because I lived it. trust me, whatever I'm telling you is because I went through it and I know how it feels.
You do the bodybuilding competitions. How many of those have you competed in?
So far I've done 2. I competed my first one in Atlanta, and my second one was here in Miami. And there's a third one that I'm going to be doing in 2.5 weeks. It's actually the World Championships for WBFF, which is the federation. And it's one of the federations that have a transformation division. So basically all the winners of the shows from each of the cities all over the world will compete. And they're going to determine who is the world champion in transformation.
Oh man, that's awesome. Good luck. I'm rooting for you.
I mean, if you want to see it, it's live streamed. I don't know how much it costs though, but they're gonna live stream it. But yeah, I can't wait.
I'll have to check into that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you're gonna see, and not just for me, you're gonna see a whole bunch of people that went through the same process as me, different amounts of weights, and all the changes. Like it's definitely something that people need to see, because you're not gonna just see JC. You're gonna see everyone that did it. I mean, there could be maybe 40, 50, 60 people on a stage that did the same thing.
That's such a motivation. That's what I do with like my YouTube, my Instagram, my Facebook. I surround it with these people that have gone through it or going through it. And it kicks my ass in gear, and I love seeing it, and it just makes me want it that much more. So yeah, that's awesome.
There's a lot of people like you. I mean, ever since I started competing, nobody knew about the federation. I didn't even know about the federation. And it's funny because just in this last year, I want to say 10, maybe 12 people that follow me because of what I did are actually competed. And the ones that qualified are actually going to go up against me because they saw me do it.
That's awesome.
So I mean, it's pretty cool because, you know, there's people that have dropped 280 pounds. There's another girl that dropped 190 pounds. Another guy that dropped 170. He's also like super big. There's all sorts of changes, man. I mean, it's awesome. So I mean, at least I know that if I win, I know that I beat the best. Yeah. You know what I mean? It wasn't something that was handed to me. So in that part, it's great. But it's motivated a lot of people, man.
I was talking to my wife. She brought up how I'm going to have to find something in the end to be able to continue. Because that's one of my biggest issues is I hit that goal of my weight, and then I'm like, now what? Let's go get pizza, you know? So I was actually thinking about looking into powerlifting. I like lifting heavy things, and I think it would be fun to do, you know, like deadlift competitions and stuff.
If that's what you like, and that's going to keep it active, and you're going to want to wake up every single day and you're going to be happy, do it.
Yeah.
That's where the trick is. It's finding something that you like and you can continue doing it, where you don't say, I got to go powerlift now.
Yeah.
I got to go do cardio. Because then that's not life. But if you know, like right now, I know that my diet is rough, and I know, but I have that competition. Like I'm up at 4 a.m. I can't sleep because I can't wait. I can't wait till the gym to open so I can go and do cardio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to love it.
But because there's a goal that I set, okay, you know, to do this, you're going to need 2 things. And it's one, either you set a goal where you're going to get motivated, or 2, you need to get scared. Somebody has to scare the crap out of you. Unfortunately, I got scared, but sometimes you need the scare in order to achieve it.
Right.
But, you know, once you do it, finding something that you're going to maintain. So if powerlifting's your way, fantastic. I mean, all for it. Just make sure that you don't go into powerlifting to get huge, and then you stay into these huge, big, obese powerlifter looking guys.
Right. Yeah.
It kind of defeats the purpose. Because remember, you could be a bodybuilder, you could be shredded, but if you still can't bend over to tie your shoes, the hell's the purpose? Yeah, you're shredded. Yeah, fantastic. The world, not the world, all the guys look at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're still living the same problems as an obese person, except you have too much muscle instead of too much fat. You still can't bend over. You still could barely shower. You could still, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I had a coach a couple of years ago when I lost over 100 pounds with him. And that's what he did is he was a fat, strong guy. And he was one of I think the top 10 power lifters over 40 in the country, maybe the world. He had a scare, thought he was having a heart attack, and he had to make a change. And now it's insane how cut he is. And, and he's a runner too. He does like trail running, and he's got arms the size of my calves.
Yeah.
But, he runs these long distance. So it's pretty cool.
You're headed in the right direction, man. You're headed in the right direction. I mean, just do what we've talked about from the beginning. Start slow, find something you like, and stick to it. The reality is, whether it's keto, paleo, weight loss surgery, nutrition, pills, whatever it is, whatever you do that you stick to it, it's going to work. But that's the trick. You have to stick to it. Because if you have weight loss surgery, if you don't stick to it, you're gaining the weight back. You're gaining the weight back. If you take steroids ain't going to do nothing if you still don't eat clean. People think, oh, he took steroids. No, it's not that easy. You still got to do the process. You know what I mean? There's so many things, but bottom line, once you analyze it, it's consistency. So you just do it. But so the only way you're going to be consistent is doing something that you like. You're going to wake up and do it every day. Doesn't matter what it is. Do it every single day, and you're going to like it, man.
Right on. Do you have anything that you want to bring up? I usually give a second to my guests to, if they want to talk about something, if they want to touch on something that we weren't able to touch on.
I mean, honestly, I don't have anything else. I want people to know that, that your life is worth it, that no matter how deep you think you're in the hole, there's always a way out. Whether it's seeing a psychologist, whether it's having bariatric surgery, whether it's dieting, whether it's finding a coach, there's always a solution. Don't let obesity take over your life. Okay? You're worth gold. You're worth more than anything in this world, and you can't let it overcome, because it overcame my mind, my finances, my love life, everything. And, I'm here and I beat it. And I just want everyone to know that I am the perfect example of, if you want something, you can do it. Just do it. Be consistent. And I'm telling you, like I said before, you're going to wake up one day and be like, holy cow, like I can't believe that this is happening. Just don't give up. Keep on going. There's so many resources out there. If you don't, I don't know, look online. If you don't like me, if I'm not your style, there's other people. If you like my style, go to my Instagram. It's at fatfree.jc. I post tips. I post every time I go out with my family. I post videos of what they eat and what I eat. I do everything as real as possible. None of my stuff is edited, filtered. It's all real life stuff. But why? Because I want people to know that I have the same life that you have. And if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm not going to lose one more person with depression and obesity. And I refuse to. So I'm going to do everything in my power to fix that and help anyone who needs help. There's only so much that I can do, that I can give for free, through the foundation, the workouts, sample diets, things like that to get people going. But if you need more help, I'm not a trainer, but I've been through a lot. I know a lot more than a lot of people because I went through it. Just send me a message. Send my partner, Jon, a message. He's a coach. Again, I'm not here to bring business. We're not here to sell anything. We're here to help. If you feel that we are the people that can help you, fantastic. If not, then just find something. Just follow those simple things that I told you guys today. Sweat, no matter what it is. Reduce your calories by eating what you want, cutting it in half, or eating cleaner, but eating more. Those little tips. Look at my YouTube channel. I make protein ice cream, protein pancakes, little snacks, little things that will help you overcome those moments where you're going crazy. Tune into the lives every Tuesday, okay? Every Tuesday, I have a person who is a freaking encyclopedia, who used to be obese, who is now world's strongest man, IFBB pro bodybuilder, top coach in the nation. I mean, this guy's amazing. He's giving free advice. Nobody does that anymore. We're actually here to put a dent in obesity. So take advantage of it, because, hey, we don't know how long we're going to be here. So take advantage of it. We're here to help. And we've been through what you guys have gone through. So that's pretty much it. I just don't ever want you to give up. Don't ever, ever give up, and keep on going. And if you feel bad, write to me. I respond to everyone. Maybe I don't respond that day, but I will respond the next day. That's pretty much about it, man. I mean, everything else is just my story. I hope it was motivating enough to get somebody off of that bed today, to get somebody to walk into that gym, or maybe get into that, put on those sneakers and walk around the block. The rest is all on my social. Like I said, the recipes, the foods, the stuff, the experiences. I mean, I don't know what else I can do without being a professional on how I can help somebody, but I will always be here to help in whatever way I can. And it's free, man. It's free. I don't know what else. I don't know. Maybe I have to charge people in order for them to do it. I don't know.
Can't be good if it's free.
So, I mean, we're here to help, but, if you need something more tailored to you, if you're stuck or whatever, ask us. If we can help you, or it's something that maybe it needs a little bit more work, then okay, maybe there's a fee, maybe there isn't. I don't have a business out of this. I don't have anything set up. That's why I'm saying everything is in the air. Whatever we do, let's do it. And
you are such an inspiration. I was going to message this to you, but I didn't know how you would take it. So I wanted to tell you in person. I watched those videos, like the bodybuilder.com and then the Men's Health. And I watched them twice each, and I got choked up on both videos every time. And I'm like, man, this dude, it's amazing. You're killing it. Like you said, you want to kill obesity, man. And that's great. I really appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks, brother. I really appreciate that that you found me, and that you keep me in mind. I'd love to, come back whenever you want me to. You can count on me.
Yeah.
As I learn more things, as we create, Jon already knows how to do what he needs to do. I just want to focus it more on the obese, to that, like I told you, that level of obesity, the 5'4", 300 pounders. Yeah. And once I have that system, I'd love to share it with everyone, and hopefully we can definitely make an impact.
Hell yeah. Well, you already touched on the Instagram. If you want to go ahead and give yourself a little shout out, where can people find you if they want to search you up?
So you can follow me. Instagram is the main thing. It's @fatfree.jc. And if you go to YouTube, if you want to see all the videos and all the stuff, it's Fat Free Foundation is the Instagram, the YouTube channel that I have. If you guys want to follow, Jon Andersen, like I said, he's an IFBB pro. He's huge. Do not get intimidated. He's not going to, turn women and men into these super Olympia bodybuilders. No, it's all about health. A lot of people get intimidated when they see his size. But like I said, he was the perfect example of that typical young guy who was, he was telling a story yesterday, and he was even spit on by people at school, which I found so freaking disgusting. I just couldn't believe that there's people that would actually do that. And this guy just turned his life around, world's strongest man, professional bodybuilder, pro wrestler. You won't even look at this guy the wrong way.
Yeah, I'll link everything in the description of this episode. So if you want to send me his information, I'll put it in there as well. So people can find it. Now, I started this in my last interview. I'm trying to get guest recommendations. So it can be anything from podcast, YouTube channels. If you are into a TV show right now, you can share it. It doesn't have to be on health and fitness. What is something that you would recommend to our listeners?
Well, I'm going to recommend two things. One, I would like for you, if it's possible, have Jon Andersen on your show. He's a book of knowledge. That's going to help. That's one. And second, I'm very into motivating speeches and things like that, motivational speakers and stuff like that. I'm not the reading type guy. So there's this guy on Spotify. His name is Billy Alsbrooks. His speeches just give you goosebumps. I mean, when you don't want to get on that machine, just listen to it. He talks about being a champion in all aspects of life. I mean, this guy will make you cry while you're doing cardio. So this guy has been he doesn't even know it. I've never written to the guy, but his speeches are so motivating. It's been huge for my process the last 2 years. I mean, it's gone to the point where if I'm doing a weight and I can't do any more, I'll literally close my eyes and just say champion, champion, champion so many times back and forth that I'll find the energy to do it. And my arm could be falling off.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to look into him, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. I wish I could meet the guy.
Well,
but that's it.
Thanks for coming on. I really appreciate the conversation, and I would love to have you back.
Hopefully, after the show. After the show, we can do one. And
with your championship trophy.
Oh my God. I hope so, man. But how about we have to do a video so you can see the trophy?
Yeah. Well, good luck in that, man. I'm really rooting for you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. So, all right. So, and I'm going to send you the link. If anybody wants to do it again, guys, I don't make any money off of this, but if you guys want to see the event, it would be amazing. I don't know how much it is. I don't make any money off of it. But if I can honestly get the top people in the world are competing in one stage and they all did the same thing that I did. If that's not motivating enough, I don't know what is, man.
That's great, man. All right. Well, we'll see you around, buddy.
You got it, brother. Thank you.
JC, thank you so much for coming on. I had a blast talking to you. Like I said in the beginning, hearing you speak, you can actually hear the joy and how happy you are that you've made these changes. Thank you again, and good luck on your competition. I am cheering for you. For anybody that wants to see his story unfold, I will leave all the links in the description of this episode. His Facebook, where you can watch the show on live stream. If you enjoyed any of this episode, I would appreciate it if you went over to Apple Podcasts and left me a rating and a review. What would help me out the most is if you could share this podcast. Send it to friends, send it to family, share it on your Facebook, tag me wherever. I would appreciate it so much. Don't forget to go over to my website, www.lukelosespodcast.com, or call the loser line, 323-920-LUKE, 5853. Send me what's on your mind, topic ideas, tips, concern, whatever, and I will try to address it on a future episode. The awesome music that we're listening to right now is by Jake Simmons and the Little Ghosts. Check them out. They are rock and roll. They are amazing. If you like this song, you will love the rest of their music. I will leave all their links in the description of this episode as well. So that is that. As always, stay positive, do the work, trust the process, and I will see you next week.